today's housing market is a symptom of the pandemic in one way or another, and as we get back to normal, it will too.
This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
Guys, I found a couple of articles in the RJ this past week I want to talk about. First one, Eli Siegel wrote, the title of which is Home Prices Skyrocketing in Las Vegas and Across U.S. Eli wrote this earlier this week. And basically what he's reporting is what we've already known. I mean, we've had prices going up. Year over year, Southern Nevada went up 19.8%.
Wow.
Year over year, 19.8%. Okay.
That's big.
I want to point out a couple things about that number. Okay, you know, there's always a way to make numbers sound a little bit stronger than they are. The truth of the matter is that part of the reason that it's up so much higher, the median price up, because we have a high percentage of very expensive homes selling now, much more than we've ever had in the past.
Right.
And then not just because the price has gone up, but because these are homes at a level beyond the norm. So 19.8 is in my mind, is an exaggeration of our market because of the product mix. That's one thing. One of the smartest people in our Southern Nevada area is Jeremy Aguero. He does work for Applied Analysis, and he looks at our financial markets and our real estate markets here in Southern Nevada, and he does analysis of those. And he put an article in the RJ this past week talking about that very thing. He basically said, listen, yes, we're seeing, it's easy to take a look at this and worry and wonder what's going to happen. And the title of his is Housing Deja Vu with a question mark. You know, are we, oh my goodness, is this going to happen all over again? And basically in his article, what he says is that it's not a result of the same factors. The metrics aren't there for that same type of problem. He does conclude the article by saying, looking ahead, the era of double-digit home pricing appreciation rates is not sustainable over the long term. A correction is inevitable, whether that's related to interest rates going back up or the economy recovering or a host of other factors that have contributed to the current conditions. But that correction shouldn't be anything as severe as the bursting bubble of the mid-2000s and could very well take the form of sustainable stabilization. In other words, not even a downturn.
Just more.
Just leveling off.
The supply and demand issue. Yeah.
Right. And I like the way he concludes it, that today's housing market is a symptom of the pandemic in one way or another, and as we get back to normal, it will too. And I think that's a great way to sum up his article in the sense that he's saying, look, the pandemic has had an impact on real estate. Maybe not the one that we would intuitively would have thought. Everybody realized they had to spend a lot more time at home, and they didn't like where they lived.
Right.
It was too close, it was too far, it was too big, too small. Whatever it was, they say, you know what, I'm going to make a change.
Yep.
I'm going to live where I want to live. And that's what happened. And so that's why we saw so much activity on top of the fact that interest rates were crazy low. You've been listening to Las Vegas Real Estate Now. If you ever have a question about real estate or any of the other topics we cover, just call me off air or text me at 702-203-1165. You can also check us out on the web at lvrealestateradio.com or on our handle on social media at LV Real Estate Radio.